All right. Came out and made a little plan, a little step for the plants. Again, this is 18 inches off the ground, so the frog will quit jumping into my plants and digging them up. So we're gonna see if that works. And then each thing is a foot wide, so it's 18 inches, 26 inches, and then what is it, 36 inches? Is that what I did? Yeah, something like that. 12 inches wide, so it'll hold all of my pots, large and small. 36 inches total wide. But I do 36 inches tall. So anyway, that was the basics of it. Came down here, cut all the pieces. They're all in there, cut and labeled. Does that make sense? So what I'm going to do now is take the drill and I'm going to put it together on the deck. The deck is still in the shade. Put it together on the deck. That way I don't have to try and maneuver it in, you know, around the Jeep when it's full and carry it by myself. This would be easy to carry in. So that's what we're getting ready to do. Talk to you in a few. So the chickens are actually hanging out underneath the deck. I'm getting ready to scare them. I can't help it. So that is the right side of the stand, and you can see where it steps down and where my finger is pointing at. That's where the plants will sit. Where the tape measure is, that's the bottom legs that'll touch the deck. And it'll flip up this way. And when I make the other one, I've got to do it that way so they kind of fold up together. Because that's where the inner bar here is where the railing pieces will go. I plan on leaving gaps just like these are because it helps keep the wasps from wanting to build underneath it. So anyway, there's the start. That's what, right side, and the inside is pointing up right now. So let me get to drilling, pre-drill some holes, and I'll talk to you in a few. Now that I've got the two sides put together, it's always amazing when I see things after I've done stuff. I need 3 more 36s. Basically because this last piece here, that's the shortest stand is what that's going to be. It's only got the one attachment point up here, so this leg wants to move. So there needs to be another bar there and another bar here, so these legs don't want to spray out anywhere. And then from there, since I need at least one 36 across the backside, because when I flip them up left and right, sure, all of these will be across the top, but there'll be nothing across the back to keep the back from bowing out. So it's cute. I need 3 more 36s. So give me a second. That ain't nothing but welcome back to the workshop with the drill, or excuse me, with the battery for the saw. Because I've got wood back there. It's not a problem. All right, talk to you in a few. Panda is... Oh, she's going to walk away now. She's like, nope, you're videoing me, Mom. Yes, I am. There's Miss Panda. And she is, again, attempting to teach the chickens here that they're down there digging and scratching, and she's thinking they're after critters. So she's down there trying to teach them how to dig for critters. It's hilarious. Again, she thinks they're puppies, and they just think she's a big chicken. Talk to you in a few. Alright, so this is why I had to cut 4 more boards. I know I said 3, but I'm going to do 4. So the bottom one there, that makes sense, is what keeps the front board from kicking out. Does that make sense? Because it was just attached to just the top before. And then the other 2 boards, I was only going to do 1, but I'm going to do 2, is to keep the left and the right side from kicking out. They're going to be about the same height as the bottom one there. It's about 8 inches off the ground, so I can come out with the blower in the fall and blow leaves off and so on down the line. But it'll support, again, all of my plants, all of my starts. You know, it won't support the big container. It's not made for the big containers. It's made for all the small stuff, and it will keep the frog out. That's all I can say, is it'll keep the frog out, because he likes to dig into plants, hide out during the day where it's cool, and then come out at night and eat bugs when the light's on. It'll keep him out. It's the thought process anyway. We'll see. Talk to you in a few. Done. Side view, you can see where everybody's on their supports. Braces going left and right. backside brace across the bottom. Obviously the top pieces hold it across the top. There's the bracket brace to hold the, left and right sides. There you go. Again, so they don't flip out left and right when the weight goes on it. So I think it came out pretty good. What's next? I'm going to bring my sander out, plug my sander in over against the wall, and I'm going to go ahead and sand the tops here just a little. Mostly because I want to paint it. That makes sense. It's going to be out here. It's going to be exposed. Some of the wood, again, this is all free wood. This is that spacer boards that you get from Home Depot and Lowe's and all the other big box stores. They use them with bricks. They use them with other wood. Some of the ones like the legs here, you can see where it's got a green tint. Makes sense. It's been treated with the wood preservative. Makes sense. And I'd use those for the legs because you can see on all of them, they've all got a little bit of a green tint. I use that for the legs because that's where wood touches wood, rain runs down, etc. The upper ones here have no green tint. So I need to get some paint on it to protect the wood itself. Because not only will it rain, but I will be watering plants. So, long-term, paint. But I want to sand it a little because that way some of the ink that's stamped in here, I can sand all that stuff off so it doesn't bleed through the paint. And get rid of any kind of sharp edges. Get rid of where I was marking what the original size of that piece of wood was. Sand it up, clean it up, and figure out where I'm going to put it. Yeah, this was the best place. That makes sense. It got the right amount of light and the right amount of shade. I just don't think it's strong enough in its current condition. I just don't know. It's one of those, I have an issue. I don't want Panda to walk on there. I don't think she's going to fall through, but, I just don't know. Anyway, let me get the sander, sand it down. Actually, I'm going to have lunch first. It's lunchtime. Have some lunch. As long as the weather stays halfway decent. It's really hazy, but bring the sander out here. I can sand everything down, as much as I want to sand it down. And then mix some paint, maybe paint it. Or wait till tomorrow after gym time to paint it. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, I'll talk to you later. Alright, got it flipped on its back. Because I want to go ahead and get some of the inside painted. Does that make sense? And then I'll stand it upright and paint the top part. According to the weatherman, no, I never believe him. I'm not going to get rain until like 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, I can paint. I'm going to paint. Talk to you in a few. See, the supervisor came up here to inspect the paint job. She brought her assistant with her. It's D'Artagnan. 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 He's trying to figure out how to get to me. D'Artagnan. What you doing, Panda Bears? What's D'Artagnan doing? Are you showing him how to be the supervisor? Are you teaching him how to be a supervisor? So, yeah, painted. Probably about the time I put the birds away tonight, I will take it off the plastic. That way, if it storms, because it might, over the next couple of days, I don't know what they're talking. I'm not the weatherman, thank God. But that way, if it storms, water runs off of it, runs through, doesn't puddle on the plastic, because I already have a problem. I don't need another one. Otherwise, all the chickens are down here in Garden 1. I don't specifically worry about it. They decide that, they'll try it, a plant, and then they don't like it, and then they leave it alone. They've scratched once or twice, and the same wire that is under there to keep the squirrels from scratching, they don't like scratching it either. So they're all hanging out here, just kind of roosting, listening to the music with Mom. So far, we're okay. Now, should it become a problem, I will put chicken wire up all the way around this garden. You know, that way the, chicken wire keeps chickens out. I don't know how else to say it. D'Artagnan! Toot, 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 toot. You trying to figure out how to get down? You got up there and don't know what to do. You gotta jump. Cuckoo. All right, well, D'Artagnan said, have a good evening. Panda and I, we'll talk to you later.